Okay, so you guys, okay, well, I want to give you an opportunity to come in. Do you think that women don't care about men's money at all? Is that what your guys' position is?
No, I didn't say that we don't care at all. I'm just saying it's like
personal preference.
You should just be able to have your own thing going on, and that's fine. I think when men are afraid of women making a lot of money, it's because they feel like they can't control her anymore. I think it's fine that I have a job and then you have a job, and you don't need to make $1 bajillion for me to date you or like lose my integrity. I'm just saying that I'm happy that you have your own goals and dreams and you're able to hold your own, and so will I. And we will be with each other because we want to be, not because we need to be.
Men are not afraid of women who make a lot of money because they're afraid that they're going to lose the girl.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Men just don't. It's not something that's particularly important to us how much money a woman makes.
That's not true.
That is.
You think it's not true? Men care deeply about how much money a woman makes?
Well, you didn't say deeply. I mean, everyone has their own opinions, obviously, but I definitely think that
generally speaking,
I think that there are men out there that care about what their significant other will bring to the table, because they are like,
not financially.
Financially
Not
plus
financially.
like other.
I'm not saying that all men don't care about that, but most men, it doesn't really matter.
Well, that's also what we're saying about women. Most women don't. All women don't care about how much money a man may be making.
Women. I'm not saying all women care about money, but women care about it more than men do.
I think that that's a reality that men make up for themselves, and I think that it is untrue.
It's not, because I
agree with you. I think that I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think that women, like, it's different because you guys are entrepreneurs, you're making your own money, you guys are making good money. So yeah, that's like not at the forefront of your mind, but typically for the average woman, they are going to look at their, the persons that they're dating, their occupation, what are they doing with their life, how much money are they making? Like that's just the truth.
I've had to date guys that I've had to like help them with money, and it's fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me, only for the point.
There you go.
Like for the point for me, like don't get me wrong, I'm 22, but like I don't want to have to date a guy again that like doesn't have a car, doesn't even have a driver's license, like doesn't do anything with his life. Like I've had a guy that was like super into me, but he had no ambition whatsoever, and when he needed money, he would call his mom. And like never wanted to go out of the house. He'd get a job, get a car, anything. And it's like, I don't want to be with someone that doesn't have ambition like that. That for me is just like, no. And it doesn't have to be about money, but like ambition, like something. Like I don't want to have to.
And I know that you guys are saying that you're not saying that the person has to make as much money as you. Like I know that you're not saying that, but I just think that in general, when you think of the average woman, like.
I think it just depends on what circle you're in. I feel like if you're around women who all make a good amount of money, they don't really care as much.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like it's different because you guys are making such good
money.
Actually,
the more money a woman makes, the more she cares about how much her partner makes.
Do I care?
But that might be your experience. But generally speaking,
do you care?
Hell no.
Yeah, but you guys are willing to perhaps overlook that.
I'm not saying I'm gonna date a bum, dude. I'm saying
But here's the thing: men would date a bum.
Well, that's on them.
Here's the difference:
then.
a guy who makes $300,000 a month will date a girl who's a barista.
And that's on him then.
I could date a guy who's a barista.
Really?
Yeah.
What is your guy? You said you've been dating a guy for 4 years. What does he do?
Right now he's just doing like some social media management. Like he helps like create like long form content like this into short form content. So he just has a pretty average career.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 figures?
No, like less than that.
Do you support him financially?
I think we like match what we can do, and we try to like work it out. So we kind of compromise sometimes, but it's not really a big deal. We've been together for so long, and he's seen me go through different stages of my career, from being a normal office girl to being where I am now. So we don't really give a fuck about stuff like that.
So does he make 6 figures?
No.
A year?
Huh?
He makes less than 6 figures a year?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say this: a guy who's making $3 million a year would probably just pay. Do you pay for everything in the relationship?
No. I mean, I'll like, he'll like go out of his way and like do his best to like make sure he pulls up where he needs to. I'll pay like what I want. I mean, I'll always offer, like, I could just pay whatever. I don't really care. But obviously for him and his ego, he wants to maybe split stuff or whatever. But he will make up for it in other ways by showing me he loves me through small things, which is fine because when I was broke, I would show him how I loved him through like creative things like making a picnic or like thinking of interesting date nights. And I feel like that's what relationships are supposed to be about.
I would also like to touch on, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I do think that there are a lot of women out there who think a little bit more traditionally and lead a more traditional life. But I think the point that we are trying to get across is like men think that everyone should think like that sometimes. And it's like, okay, well, you need to understand that if you feel like the most important thing to you is money, then yeah, a woman is going to come for you for your money. But if you put yourself out there as a person who's just trying to create a meaningful connection, then stuff like money is not going to matter.
Eric, can you get Kazumi some water?
How'd you know that? You could read my lips?
Me too.
Yes,
pretty much.
please. I'm parched.
pass them the thing, and then.
I'll like pour it over here so it's like
Yeah.
behind the table.
Oh, hide this though. Hold on. Sorry guys.
Oh, thank you.
And then just put it on the ground once you guys are done. So.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, babe.
It's interesting because I mean you out earn your boyfriend who you've been dating for 4 years.
Sorry, almost 4.
Almost 4 years. A guy who is making $3 million would.
That's yours.
Sorry, I just got everyone's cup mixed up.
Did you? I don't think so.
We are refilling the water.
Sorry.
Okay. A guy who's making $3 million and he's dating someone who makes less than 100K. He would probably just pay for everything, vacations, all this stuff. Because you mentioned earlier, you want someone that can match you, like in terms of lifestyle-wise. If you want to go on a vacation, you want someone who can like bring, pay for their vacations.
Not
a guy
necessarily.
who's making millions of dollars a year will just, if he's dating a girl who's not making that much, he'll just pay for everything.
Okay, wait.
From the jump almost.
I want to clarify something. I don't necessarily mean it like that. And I'm going to use fast food and dining as a way to describe it just because that's what's easiest for me. So let's say me and my partner agree that we don't want to eat out, right? We want to cut costs. We don't want to eat out for the entire week. And he's budgeting to fit that. And let's say one night I have a really bad day and I want to go eat somewhere nice. And I know that he doesn't necessarily have the budget for that. I'm going to take him and I'm going to treat it because it's something I want to do with him. And that can be applied to eating out, that can be applied to vacations, that can be applied to events, that can be applied to literally anything in our relationship. But that doesn't mean that like he's just not going to do anything for me. Let's say, let's say I'm having a bad night. I don't really have the budget to do what I want. And he doesn't really have like a budget to take me out on a nice dinner. He'll get me a pizza or like some chocolates from 7-Eleven or something cheap. You know what I mean? For me, it's not really about like, oh, can he match a vacation? It's like, showing me that he cares with what he has available. All
right. Looks like we got a TTS coming in, but Eric, can you pull that up? Go for it, Kazumi.
She calling dudes who don't have money lazy, bum, loser, embarrassing, etc. Well, I'm gonna respond and say I wouldn't want to date a unit who can't hit the gym, who is a lazy, a bum, unhealthy, and unfit. Okay.
Jacob, thank you for the $50 soup chat. Sorry, our TTS is busted, so Kazumi's...
Sorry, it's me who has to read it. I know they're like, fuck that. I hate this. I mean, okay, you are totally entitled to just not date who you don't want to date. He was like, I just took a stand. Thanks for your bravery.